who came back to practice this week, is watching in sweats. Here's a first down carry by Irving. So it's been the foot and ankle for Gedeke, and that might have gotten him again.
Well, you come in and you're banged up, and everyone, so many, even after one game, are banged up in their own way. But Luke Gedeke tonight.
Yeah, he has officially already been ruled out. Here's Irving out of the backfield. Nice move as he faked out To'o and ended up getting 4 before the rookie Jalen Smith, who was featured.
Talk about making an impact, and you can see it in the opportunity that's provided to so many of these players. Tell you, both these quarterbacks tonight really been good spreading the ball around.
2nd and 6. Strong run, and Irving is knocked down.
He was going to be to help out Baker Mayfield in this pass rush, and this is a guy who just gets stronger and stronger as the game goes along as well. So keep feeding him the ball. He's off to a hot night. He's already averaging over 6 yards a carry.
Defensive ends. 3rd down and 1. From the shotgun, Mayfield is going to pull it down. Anderson can't bring him down before Mayfield gets the first down. Anderson is celebrating, but
this pass rush, you just don't have a lot of time back there if you don't get it to your first guy, and he recognizes that, gets out of the pocket, and does an excellent job of doing what he had to do. And just
play of this drive for Tampa Bay. They fake the toss, they throw it to Buccaneers, and a flag comes down on the near side as the tackle's made by Daniil Hunter out in space, a gain of 4. First down and 15. Flag on the play. Evans able to get a hand on it, then gets popped by Bullock. And it looked like Anderson may have come across early.
Well, keep an eye on the center, and they've gotten good dealing with crowd noise, these teams that are playing on the road, and you better be good at it when you're facing this defensive pass rush. And they have a variety of different ways in which the ball gets snapped.
Hack was awfully close to a false start himself. Here's White. On 1st and 10, he is able to pick up.
Sometimes it'll be the guard that is the one who is the indicator to everyone as to when the ball is going to be snapped. And then sometimes it's the center who takes a look, and then he's the indicator as to when the ball is.
Here's Ibuka on that little push pass. Spins for a first down. Emeka Ibuka showing his toughness at 2-ball player. First down, quick setup and throw, and a nice play by Stingley as he knocks it away from Mike Evans.
Well, this is kind of 4-cross defense as well, so he's not getting any. He thought that was going to be an easy completion based on alignment.
Here's Irving bouncing. It broke one tackle as he got away from Hunter. And it is down just outside the 15. 3rd down coming up.
Down and have to try to settle for 3.
Play clock at 5. Ibuka looking for a block. Got it. Emeka Ibuka, touchdown Tampa Bay. He got the block from Charlie Heck.
As he comes out, this is not easy trying to block a guy like Lassiter in the open space, but he gets enough. And then Ibuka's just hoping mouth gets moving so he can get in behind him.
The extra point by McLaughlin is knocked through, and it's a 14-10 game. Tampa Bay on. Here is a return by Noel. He gets hit hard as that player in 23. That should be a flag. 2 guys were moving at the same time, and there is a flag. And there you can see CJ yelling at his guys coming back to the huddle as Jakob Johnson
moving at the same time. This penalty's declined. The play results in a 2nd down.
So Tampa Bay declines the penalty, and they'll take the play, which is a loss of 2. And obviously a loss of down, so it's 2nd down and 12. Good protection again. Stroud finally finds a man. It's Hutchinson. Out of bounds near the 40. And Stroud had all.
They're going to carve you up, and C.J. Stroud is no exception. And here's Hutchinson, who has gotten involved a few times already in this ball game. He's not a high volume receiver, but he just keeps working. He also had Nico Collins. He's running down the middle of the field, and they turn him loose. As he gets him, he can bring it on the inside. Vita Vea can't for his size. Can the edge rushers get home?
Play action, a blitz coming. Stroud able to get out of there and then float it, and his receiver Schultz fell down, the tight end. Play waiting for him if Schultz stays up.
Yeah, Todd Bowles is, this comes right after the time when he had all the time in the pocket. Gets C.J. Stroud out, and if Schultz is able to keep his feet, he makes one guy miss, he may score. Well, Harrison Bryant, that was one of the best rooms, tight end rooms in all of football, and they just been decimated by injury.
Stroud has to pull it down. He's able to find Chubb out of the backfield, and he's wrapped up on a good
Smith, Brevin Jordan also. So Dalton Schultz was the last man standing, and then they signed Harrison Bryant this week off the practice
string, and they can't wait to get him back. 3rd and 8. Bad throw. And that was Dalton. The guy at the top is probably the most talented on that list. They don't know for sure that he's going to play, coming back from a big knee injury last year. So
that's a blow.
They've got some question marks on the outside as Tommy Townsend sends the punt into the air, and a fair catch by Cameron Johnson.
Last week, he doesn't want that to happen tonight, and it's not going to as long as they keep giving it to Bucky Irving.
I mean, Baker Mayfield is one of the top comeback stories in years. He signed a flags fly before 1st and 10.
Ball start by the offense, number 62 and 77. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Competitor.
1st down and 15. White ducks one tackle. 2nd down and 16. Mayfield. Time runs out. Flag on the play. Rankins all over Baker Mayfield. Dylan Horton in there as well.
Nowhere for him to go.
Would have been 3rd and 25. Instead, it's 1st and 10. And penalties a big part of the story last week for Houston in that the rib injury.
He is an excellent player. He moved to the slot corner nickel position last year and excelled. And stepped in this year, picking up where he left off.
2nd and 8. Mayfield had to pull it down, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter gets his 1st of the year.
Graham Barton, this is what we talked about when you're playing against an athletic guy like Hunter. He started as though he was going to rush inside, and then he goes to the outside with that quickness that he has and just gets right by Barton. Right now, because this crowd is deafening.
Extra men on the rush. Abuka out on the edge, 4th down. Alshire came in to make that stop, a gain of 7. Waiting for it. And there's under 3 to go in the 1st half.
A great job there on defense after they get the penalty. New set of downs with the Dylan Horton hands to the face, and they then force 3 more plays and a punt.
Good punt. Drives Noel back. Out of bounds at the 30. 59 got him, and then Baker is grabbing that left leg. Able to pop up. Play 3rd down. To the sideline he goes. 74-year-old in the history of the world officially. 1st down from the 30, and a handoff is to the rookie Marks. Nice gain on 1st down. A gain of 6. Elijah Cansey is questionable to return.
Now in his third season and coming off a big game last week and was doing some good things in this one. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier. You know, they got Hassan Reddick, but a question mark is, can they get the edge pressure? They got Vita Vea, and then they've got Elijah Cansey, but now without him, it's a big blow to this Todd Bowles defense.
At the 2-minute warning, each side with 3 timeouts. By the way, this will be the 13th overall matchup between Carroll and Harbaugh. Carroll leads that head-to-head 7-5. Good game. 2nd and 3. Stroud can't find anywhere to go except tuck it and run. And still on his feet. Nice run into Tampa.
And can these backups step in and hold it together for when some of these guys might return?
A blitz from Servassier Dennis. He got picked up. And Dalton Schultz makes the catch for a gain of 4. C.J. Stroud in this game to rookie Woody Marks.
Well, that was a part of their attack in prior years. Was the big play.
2nd and 6. Stroud can't get away. This time it's Gaines. And the former Rams defensive tackle gets his first sack of the year.
This has nowhere to go with the football. They were on him quick.
Tampa Bay uses a timeout after a loss of 8. Blitz again. Stroud in trouble. Dennis now in his face, and this one is downfield and incomplete for Nico Collins. And that'll bring up 4th down, and there's time on the clock.
He got outside the pocket trying to see if he couldn't make a play, but good coverage behind that blitz from Tampa Bay that didn't allow Stroud to get the ball out quick.
So Nico Collins get his foot stepped on as he came out of that break. There's the punt by Townsend. Johnson lets it go over his head and into the end board. The points or not. You know, these Texans defenders are going to be coming after Mayfield as Evans makes the catch. And he got 9.
Could have been a significant injury to that left knee, and for him to be back in the lineup, that's good to see.
Well, you wondered if Derek Stingley would see a lot of Mike Evans tonight, and the answer is yes. He's been across from big number 13 since the game began.
Yeah, he's doing what he did last week against Devontae Adams, and not really something that they absolutely have to do, because Kamari Lassiter, number 4 on the opposite side, I mean, he's about just as good.
2nd and 1. Mayfield in trouble and able to just get rid of it in the direction of Otten with pressure by Anderson and Hunter, the 2 defensive ends.
You think about the flexibility that you know this defense gives D'Amico Ryans as the defensive play caller. That one, you've got these great edge rushers, you've got some interior guys, linebackers are physical and aggressive, then you got these 2 outstanding corners as well. And it allows you to just do a lot of things. And so, yeah, get the ball out quick. But against this group in general, you're going to have a hard time with these corners because they don't give up much space.
They've got a timeout. They've got to pick up the 1st down. Mayfield for Evans, and Evans overthrown by a lot. Pressured by Daniil Hunter, and now these defensive ends are starting to tee off on this offensive line of the Bucs.
And a nice job there by D'Amico Ryans. Totally changed up the look. They've been manning up. It looks like man here, but you got help at safety, and it's a zone coverage. So you got Baker initially thinking, okay, I got 2 deep with man underneath, and I got my guy Mike Evans, and I'll just get the size advantage with him. But they were in a zone coverage, and Stingley was underneath it.
Townsend just got it away. As this ball checks up just inside the 30 with 2 seconds left. So we are 1 snap away from halftime.
I don't know how he got that ball off.
Yeah, it was close.
It sure was.
Jake Hansen got through and almost, look at Hansen up in the air, and that ball just went past his arm.
Speaking of punters, got Rigoberto Sanchez in Indianapolis.